Hey everyone, today we are in the depths of Silver Elo and spectating a game of PV is nRT, who is playing Miss Fortune obviously with the lovely Captain Fortune skin, which I very much like. But this game is rather interesting because there have been a lot of gold swings in this game and it was... They almost threw it away. I will not specify on who they is, else this spoiler avoidance here would be totally unnecessary. But this game, we have a fleet footwork misfortune, which I'm not sure about. Fleet footwork, statistically it does work somehow. Well, it has a very low play rate, but the win rate is not too bad. And well, he reasoned that in this lane, where he would be getting poked by Lux consistently, the extra healing would be needed. But in my opinion, you just lose. Well, the healing in lane is not even that impressive, especially on minions and ranged attacks, and you know, it's massively cut. And well, he does build lifesteal at some point, so there's that. And against very poke heavy lanes, which this lane isn't, it's just the Lux, and you should be dodging those bindings. Well, but this is one of those scary lanes in which you just need to slip up once and get Lux binded and all in by the Quinn, and you just die. And therefore I can understand the amount of respect he has to this lane. But it's more beneficial, in my opinion, if you see yourself getting poked out. Maybe the Lux is really good and she pokes you just over and over again. Then you can just spend your first 900 gold on an early Vamp Scepter, which really just does the trick. It's well, you lose so much damage from not having Dark Harvest or Comets or even Conqueror. But thus far, this lane seems to be pretty good. They do have a ward here, and the jungler... Oh, nice hook. Yeah, the Lux seems rather bad, I must say. Almost getting killed there. Very low on health. Yeah, Thresh is just standing in this bush menacingly, and blue team did not yet even place a ward there. So this lane is going pretty good. You just need to be careful of ganks, which the Sejuani, yeah, Sejuani is a very strong ganker, but you do have the ward, and as long as you keep them low, which, well, right now the Quinn is almost full health and the Lux is almost back to half, and the Thresh just took a lot of damage, which is very bad because as a tank support you are pretty much useless when you go to half health or below that. Because your health is your resource in a fight. Your health pool deters the enemy from just killing you. Alright, this looks bad. This looks really bad. Damn, even fighting an enemy minions. Yeah, Thresh will die 100%. 100%. Okay, that was a sleepy trouble bubble from the enemy Zoe. And Xin Zhao not feeling the urge to help out bot lane or to pick up this massive wave. Xin Zhao really okay, the dragon. Yeah, I see. I see. Okay, that's the correct play, obviously. In every other case... And well, they played this fight badly. They didn't need to all in. If you wanted to suicide like that, then it would have been better, obviously, to pick up these minions instead. But the correct play here would have been to just deter the enemy from the dragon. Just harass them, just show presence, and maybe scare them away. Wow, the Ahri is so low. Yeah, just a random skirmish there, I would guess. We'll have a look at it anyway. Okay, they invaded with no health. The Zoe is just being... I don't know what that was. Yeah. in my book that's inting, but I would guess it's not. It's just being greedy without any reason to. Miss Fortune sitting on 2 long swords, and Quinn has not backed yet, which means she's very much weaker. Yeah. Nice flash, bro. No, that flash was totally unnecessary. You shouldn't have done that. the Quinn was dead. 100%. She didn't even have a flash up from the fight before, so there was no way she was getting away there. Now you don't have your flash to avoid a gank in the future. But you just picked up massive amounts of gold. You got a 600 gold shutdown from the Zoe and another kill on top of that. Yeah, with your next back you will be so strong. And Lux is... okay, she's sitting on Frostfang, which does help her poke. And you have no mana. You really need to manage your mana a little bit more efficiently. I didn't pay attention, so I don't know where you've lost it. I would guess you spammed E too much, and E just costs a lot of mana early on. It's 80 mana at all ranks, and earlier in the game you obviously have a very small mana pool, so... The recall is fine-ish, I would guess. You probably could have recalled a little bit earlier together with the Thresh, because Thresh is not doing anything in lane on his own. Right, you picked up a Serrated Dirk and 2 long swords, and have full mana again. Yeah, but your key objective here is to... well, in lane, how this plays out is just don't get binded by the Lux and wait for Thresh hooks, else you cannot really do anything but farm, and maybe look for some Q bounces. But you're going to pick up this massive wave here. Going to be a really rich boy. You should never do this. Seriously. Never. Never. It worked this time because the enemy just horrendously misplayed there. But I will go over this again. The Thresh walks up aggressively while you have... let's do the maths. This is 14 gold each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 14 times 6 is 84, I would guess. Quick maths. I think it's 84. Plus these 2 melee minions, which are 21 gold each. This is 100 and... it's almost 130 gold, which is half a kill. So by going on this boy here and forcing you to fight, you are giving up so much minion gold, so much, and you're not even guaranteed to kill them here. You have to remember, as soon as this fight starts, these minions... oh god, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm still a little bit sick. Or, again, a little bit sick. I don't know, it's terrible. My poor voice. Well, these minions, they will all turn on the Thresh immediately. Like, very immediately, and they do so much damage. 6 caster minions. And had they played this correctly, they just kill the Thresh, and maybe you too. But Quinn gets hooked. The minions... ah, now the minions turn, okay. You attack the Quinn, which is fine. Lux should have... What is she even doing? She binded the... binded the Thresh, but did she do anything else? Doesn't look like it. The first mistake from the Quinn was to... well, Thresh loops around the minion wave and she just walks up to him. Where is her E? Why didn't she throw out any other... or her shield, for that matter? Now she throws out a... wow, yeah, this was so poorly played. The Thresh was, in my opinion, if this had been played a little bit better by either Lux or Quinn, the Thresh would have died. But, fine. Yeah, I guess that's just players being bad. You of course cannot rely on that. But hey, it worked out. However, minions are so important, and fighting in an enemy minion wave, especially at minute 8, is just asking to get blown out. Because if you lose the fight, not only... well, during fighting you lose minions 100%, you will lose some of them. And if you lose the fight, you even lose all of them. Plus you give the enemy gold if they kill you. It's never worth it. However, you cannot influence what your support is doing, so... and he landed the hook, to be fair. So, on paper, as soon as he lands the hook, you trade 1 for 1, you kill the Quinn, they kill the Thresh. But, luckily the enemy misplayed this horrendously. Yeah, but just in theory, you need to prioritize on farming. Never fight in an enemy minion wave. When the wave crashes into your tower, you basically just want to reset it. That means kill them, and the wave resets in the middle, or slightly on your side, which allows you to build up a huge wave, which you then can shove into the enemy tower, and then you can fight. Alright, let's look at this fight, however. Thresh lands a miraculous hook. I have no idea how he found that. That was probably a little bit lucky. And this is what should have happened earlier here too. The Lux, yeah. He throws out all the abilities, however she misses and Thresh lives. I don't know, this Thresh should have been dead again. But instead you just kill the Quinn and you're fine. Yes, you very much are. Can I see how much healing you got from your... fleet footwork? Can I see that somehow? No, I cannot, I think. Right, Sejuani coming in. Well, the Quinn dies, Thresh is very low, you can just farm the minions, you are Okay, you see the Sejuani, she just popped into vision. Where did she come from? And she has no idea she's spotted. But you still are blatantly farming minions. You should be running towards your tower, like, immediately. Yeah, but that's probably just you not watching a minimap, I would guess. Yeah, Thresh lanterns you out, however, map awareness, very much important. With any other support champion, you probably would have been dead right there, because Sejuani CCs you and Lux. Well, she's kinda but still, those two should have enough damage and enough CC to stop you from escaping. Yeah, watch your minimap, it's so important. You saw her like ages ago. But this is a good time to recall. Thresh has no resources. Your mana is very, well, how much mana do you have? Can I see? Yeah, 150. That's enough for ult plus 1Q. It's not enough to fight. Okay, what do you buy here? You finish Duskblade, which is fine. I would prefer going Yomu's first if you do not have Eyeball Collection, but Duskblade is fine too. It's just personal preference. There's not, even statistically, there's not too big of a difference win rate wise if you go Duskblade or Ghostblade first. I think Ghostblade has a slightly higher win rate, but slightly higher play rate. Well, this would strictly make it better, right? Well, never mind. Build your Duskblade, it's a fine item. Statistics are not everything, I can assure you of that. Statistically, my Bloodthirster build would be terrible, which it isn't. Alright, picking up 140 extra gold, I like it. Also getting a little better grasp of this dragon area. Infernal Drake is super huge. Flash taking some free damage there. Just loop around. No point in contesting this bush here. You can just walk the safe path. Nice flash from the Ahri. Yeah, you immediately react, which is the correct play. I mean, an Infernal Drake is on the line, so you should definitely not be ignoring that. Clearing wards. I always like to pop my W when doing that, just so... Because I'm spotted and the enemy might be baiting me, and to give them less time, I just W. So far, so good. Oh, you won't get the Quinn, will you? Okay, let's go over this fight. What happens here? Sejuani ulti is on cooldown. Don't know where he's there. Ahri charms a minion. And then goes in. Okay, Thresh with the flash engage. This is where the teamfight properly breaks out. And you nicely follow up with your ulti immediately. Very nice reaction there. Yeah. Very sloppy, but from the Ahri at least, but very well played from your part. You reacted immediately, which is important. And you should be getting... is it first? Yes, it's first turret. And mid turret is very huge because it just opens up the enemy jungle big time. The enemy have no longer vision granted by the turret for free, basically. And it's so easy to invade them now. And by invading them through their jungle, you can easily set up dives for this turret and for this turret. And these turrets are easier to take than mid-turret. Mid-turret is important. I explained it in other videos, so I feel kind of dumb explaining it again. But at the same time, I have to keep in mind that not everyone is watching every video, so I might just explain it again regardless. But I think a fight is breaking out here, yeah. Another good hook, and the Quinn should be down. Yeah, that's nice. Right, yeah, you can push this. I don't think you are under too big of a threat. You see the Zoe mid lane. You see the Darius. Quinn is dead. And Lux is not too big of a threat. Sejuani is missing, but this would be a 2 versus 2 and you're so strong. Yeah. But on the other hand, you have a lot of gold. So recalling is definitely viable. Oh yeah, whoa, you have a ton of gold. Yeah, you definitely need to recall that. You definitely. Okay, yeah, turrets. Just a good rule of thumb is just, this is my favorite one, to draw a line from each turret to the other one. So you draw from here to here, because this no longer exists. And everything beyond this line is unsafe territory for blue team. So their blue buff no longer theirs. The Grump no longer theirs. All because this turret has fallen here. To go into river is just so dangerous for them right now, because they have no idea how far you've pushed your vision line in these areas. This basically secures Baron and what's its name? Rift Herald in and of itself, because it's so dangerous for blue team to just walk into this bush even. They basically need to check this bush with an ability or a ward, and then go from there. And you can be hiding there, you can be hiding there, and then they wasted their ward and their ability to check this bush, and then you can still be trapping them there or there. Or you can just be doing Baron and they have no idea. So yeah, it's all about vision. And now they lost a tier 2 mid lane. Okay, let me point this out and be very clear here. These turrets, they don't mean anything. They don't provide any vision because the map doesn't extend down there or to the left here. So now let's do it again. This turret has fallen. Let's draw the line from this turret all the way down to this turret. So basically, well, no, literally, the entire jungle is unsafe for blue team. The entire jungle. Every single camp in the game is no longer under their control. Yeah, sucks to be them. Alright, this should be an easy snowball from there, right? This should be. Ari dies, but who cares? You have an Inferno Drake and so much vision control with those 2 turrets gone. And okay, let's mirror this experiment. Let's draw a line from this turret to this turret. What does red team lose, really? Red buff gets unsafe, but at the same time, you need to be invading the jungle from... You cannot invade from mid lane because this turret is still alive. You need to invade from there, which is still very much possible. But yeah, this red buff is kind of shaky. It's unsafe, if I'm completely honest. But still, this turret, had this turret been falling instead of this one, then blue buff 2 would be unsafe. And so it's just still completely secured. There's no way the enemy can invade without you knowing. If you ward properly, which you kind of aren't, but okay. Okay, let's just continue the game. Use your W to clear this control ward. And attack move, so you don't get just wiped out by Lux. And yeah, this was very dangerous. Let's look at this again. Right, you ward this. You know this is control warded. You have no vision of the area. You see no one on the map. Well, you do. You see 2 of them. Okay, you see 2. No, wait. Oh, damn, the colors are confusing me. You are red team. You see no one on the map, and they probably are in the area, and you don't even use your attack speed steroid to clear this faster. You don't move in between auto attacks to increase your odds at dodging random skill shots, which is then exactly what happens. You get hit by a skill shot, and would the Quinn be reacting properly, you would be 100% dead here. But you just eat some luck spells and nothing major happens. You got away with that, but things like this should kill you every time. Never do that. It's even the best option is if you see the control ward there and you see no one on the map and they're all alive, run. Just run. It's not worth it. You're risking dying. And in... well, I think in gold elo you would be 100% dead already at this point. Okay, you got away with it somehow, and... and Zoe chunked you out big time. Darius wastes his ghost. Well, okay, it helped him dodge this ability, but... pace checking. The classic. The classic. Yeah, you 2 for Odem, which should grant you an objective, and what you can do, you can take Rift Herald and just use it to crack open the base entirely. Because Rift Herald is pretty much guaranteed to take out at least one turret, since you cannot stop its charge, and it has pretty high HP, so you cannot kill it quickly either, especially if protected by the team. You should now be... well, they are respawning, so you should... yeah, you should probably reset. Wasting it on this turret is just... yeah, it's a waste. Don't do that. Don't do that. And if you can, always pick up Rift Herald yourself, so your teammates cannot do stupid stuff like this with that. That's a complete waste. This tower is gone. You can just go there and attack it and it dies. And now the Rift Herald charges, takes tower shots even, loses a third of its health due to its charge, and will probably not be healthy enough to take out this turret. Well, the enemy does not react, so maybe you will take out the turret. No, you probably won't. Yeah. Complete waste. Complete waste of a Rift Herald. It makes me cry to see that. Unlucky. Ari gets caught out. They flash after the Thresh. You should not be fighting this now. It's too low, yeah. Wow, okay. Okay, now ult. Oh, you don't have mana. You don't have mana. You don't have mana. That's why you always stay at 100 mana or above. So you can ult when necessary. Always watch your mana. Unnecessary flash, you could have just ran. Oh, you were chasing, I didn't see. Okay, you went out. Damn, dude. Damn, what a fight. Gangplank is probably dead here. He does not have flash, yeah, else he could have maybe flashed this wall. Alright, unlucky. Well, not really unlucky, you really need to watch your mana. You really do. Especially with lethality builds. What are you building, by the way? Oh, okay, I like it. I don't think Berserker's Greaves are necessary when you go for precision with Legend Alacrity, which you are doing. But they're still a fine choice. Against them, I would probably go Swifties, so I can dodge the Sejuani ult better, and if I get hit by the... not by the core, not by the stun, but by the slow, then you can walk out more easily, you know? You could even make an argument for Mercrats, just to reduce the CC and the magic damage. But Swifties, I think I would go with Swifties, because you can, as I said, deal with the Sejuani a little bit better, and also with the Darius, who will run at you. Right, that was a nice ulti. Let's still look at this again. Hook on the tank. Yikes. Yeah, the Zoe just drops, though. Being a champion with no escape, she is dead 100% of the time there. Yeah, that's a free Drake, obviously. Wait, the Xin Zhao died. I didn't see that. Okay, this is definitely not a free Drake, and you shouldn't be doing this. Oh god, Thresh. Okay, now you just gave up Drake. Sucks. Sucks to be you, my friend. Yeah. It's just a Mountain Drake. I don't value Mountain Drakes that highly. Other players do, and maybe for good reason, but I don't. I think, well, the key is, of course, you can take objectives quicker with Mountain Drakes, which is obviously important since objectives win you the game. But if you don't win the fights beforehand, you don't even get to attack the objective. So it's only useful if you win a fight. And the Drake, in and of itself, does not help you win fights. In contrast to Infernal Drake, which very much helps you win fights with the AD and AP boost. You should be starting toward Baron area, by the way. That was something. Let's look at this again. I want to backspace again. Why can't I? Am I in this chat thingy? Why can't I type in chat? Okay, so this guy got sent. Oh, that was you. You got sent to sleep, and you are kind of well positioned. The Thresh gets his direct initiation with the hook on the tank, which is iffy at best. And you are not really equipped to deal with a Sejuani. Well, she's kind of... She doesn't have that much armor yet. So it's fine, actually. Okay, so direct initiation. Fight or flight response is created right here. What happens? A Lux laser starts, which you don't dodge, which is... you always need to react to Lux lasers. You need to improve your attack move. That's your homework, learn attack moving. It's so important. Just set attack move click to your middle mouse button and learn attack moving. And attacking in between auto attacks and using your attack speed to your advantage. Just constantly attack and move and attack and move. And, you know, so things like that don't happen. Things like this don't happen with the control ward. You just dodge abilities. It's so important. You just wasted like a third of your health. Okay, so... Thresh goes down because they immediately go on him, and you are, well, no, wait, who is, this is Sejuani, oh damn, I'm always confused by the colors, I'm sorry. Sejuani goes down immediately because you are outnumbering. It's 3 versus 4, well, it's 4 versus 4, Lux is somewhere here. It's 3 versus 4, she's too far away to do anything besides using her ulti, yet. Sejuani drops dead, and you use your auto attacks, which is fine. You focus the Darius though, which is also fine in this very moment. Okay. You walk up, auto attack the Darius, remain in your position, you don't attack move, and you are not attack moving away from the Darius, which kills you. Yeah. Yeah, you walked into Darius melee range, which is what lost you the team fight, 100%. 100%. Yeah, you should be kiting away, attack moving to the back. So, but you even walk in, greeting for the Quinn, who is not a threat at all. Yikes. And you definitely, when you have a Darius on the on the enemy team, you definitely need to pick up an Executioner's Calling for the mid game. You need it for the mid game and for the late game. So you should buy it as soon as lane phase is over. Which you didn't, and you spent your 800 gold on Kindle Gem. Huh. Kindle Gem plus Ruby Crystal. That's an odd choice. When you build Black Cleaver, okay, this is the order in which you buy your components. If you have enough gold, buy a longsword. If you have 750, if you have 800 gold, which you did, buy. Well, you're kind of slot locked there too. But I would have bought a longsword plus a ruby crystal. Or well, or if you don't have the gold for Phage, which is 1250. if you just have 1200, just buy... Yeah, you can buy the Kindle Gem, buy the Longsword at least. You definitely need your AD. The health is not helping you as much. Yeah, always prioritize your AD. That's a nice rule to follow when you play MF. Alright, you are walking into the enemy jungle, greeting for this control ward. When you saw the Darius behind you, again, you greet for the ward and it gets you killed. Well, it didn't get you killed in the first, when it first happened. Yeah, you see him. He's behind you, blocking your escape, and you are still going into the enemy jungle. Yikes. And you now run this. Did you even see him? Did you, like, see him at all? Or were you completely somewhere else on the map with your camera? Because you could have maybe ran down and duel the... Oh, you were dead. You shouldn't have ran there. You saw the Darius, and you shouldn't have approached in the... Let's just pretend this ult never happened, okay? Yo, this is a crucial mistake. Greeting for a ward and getting killed. Yeah. You could have even... I'm speechless. Oh goodness, I'm sorry. I don't want to flame you, but I would be pinging the hell out of you. No, I wouldn't, because I'm a nice guy and I don't flame anyone in game, at least. Yeah. Okay. So I will just ignore what you did and just say what you should have done. First of all, don't go there. Nice by the Thresh to save you with his hook. Run. Run until you are at 550 range towards the Darius. Yeah, you run until you are there. Then you start auto-attacking him. You safely kite around the Lux ult. Then you follow up on your team. You keep auto-attacking. You kill the Darius with your Executioner's calling. Then you loop around. You dodge the Sejuani ult with your boost of swiftness. You kite away, you kill the Quinn, you kill the... Well, you are now... The Sejuani is now alone because her team members are dead. You kite around the Sejuani, your team members can peel her off of you and she can't do anything to you. You just auto-attack her until she's down. Maybe you even get an ult, but your ult is not really needed in this fight at all. And then you win the team fight and take Baron. Hey, that's how you do it on paper. Okay, well played. I'm sorry. I don't want to... Well, I also don't want to come off as cocky when I say things like that, but... Well... You are... Well, you texted me to be in the series, so I could tell you where you went wrong, so I shouldn't feel bad about doing that. Again, you just need to stay safe, you're the AD carry. And this fight is just terrible from Red Team's perspective. You're outnumbered. You get dove easily. Sejuani is kinda deep. But still, the fight is all in all lost. You shouldn't chase this. You shouldn't chase this. You shouldn't chase this. Oh goodness. Why? Okay, the reason you don't chase this is because Zoe can one-shot you and because you're outnumbered. It's at least the Darius and the Zoe versus you, which is 2 versus 1, and Darius has a lot of healing, so his low HP is not as relevant as you might think. And you still have not bought an Executioner's Calling, have you? Questionable dive. Yeah, blue team overstayed big time. They should have reset. You never want to stay so long that the enemy is already respawning, because they run towards you with full health and they just spend their gold, which obviously gives them the advantage in the upcoming fight. And you want to avoid a disadvantageous fight, obviously. Well, didn't happen. Blue team got wiped. As tower's still there, but it's not that important. $141 farm in 25 minutes. Oh well, this will also get better if you learn to attack move. Learn to attack move. Just take this seriously. It's such an important... It's an important skill in every role, on every champion. But on AD carry, it's essential to your game plan, to your team fighting. You cannot function properly if you cannot attack move as an AD carry. You will see immediate results if you start learning and implementing attack move. Just attack move every time. Use attack move to farm minions in lane, use attack move to team fight, use attack move for everything. You should never be left-clicking an enemy champion, or an enemy unit for that matter. Always be attack moving. Always use the attack move button. And move in between auto attacks. And it's so easy to do when you use attack move, because you can just click next to the champion and you still hit him. You can even sometimes click away from the champion, you can still hit him. Let me let me tell you, if you are dueling this Darius, let's say you're dueling the Darius, and when you attack move and you use the attack move click, you attack the closest target to your location, which is obviously the Darius, since no other unit is nearby. So you could be clicking attack move there. Let's say you're closer, you're in auto attack range, and you can be clicking attack move away. You still auto attack the Darius. So you click attack move, left click on the same spot, and you will instantly start attack moving and kiting away properly. Because what the character will do, as soon as you click the attack move button, they will fire an auto attack, and then you click left click, and the auto attack animation gets cancelled, and you walk away from them. Then when your auto attack is ready again, because attack speed is really just auto attack cooldown, when it's ready again, you click attack move again, then you fire an auto attack, and then you cancel the animation with a left click. It's very easy to do, and you just walk away and consistently auto attack them. And it's very hard to deal with. Well, maybe not for this Darius, since he has Deadman's Plate and might outrun you if you attack move. You always need to, you will learn by doing, so... But implement it, it's so important. I can't stress this enough. Alright, Dragon is on the map, Baron is on the map. You should probably be playing around Baron. You have 3 people bot lane. Questionable teleport. Why did he do that? And you are alone now. With no vision of any of them. And now you start attacking Dragon. I don't like this. This is definitely a misplay macro-wise. You stay with your team. Okay, the Xinjiao reacts at least. And you even get the Dragon. Yeah, but this was a bad play. Super risky. And again, you're not attack moving, which gets you in Darius range, which costs you a heal. And this could have easily been avoided. Learn to attack move, please. Please. Okay, you cleared this ward, which was safe, because you just won a team fight. Well, not really a team fight, but you got the Darius off the map, which still relieves some pressure. And this... The reason you got caught out there was because you were playing frontline. Yeah. I mean, look at this. You are facing Fog of War, and you are the closest unit in your team towards this Fog of War. And the Sejuani can easily just engage on you. Locksmith is a binding again, which is whatever. Thresh saves your life. You don't dodge the Lux laser again. And ultimately, this is not really... This is the sum of all these plays. The play with the Darius, which cost you a heal, and then you're positioning there, and then you're not dodging the laser. All this in combination, had any of this not happened, had you dodged the laser, or had you saved your heal, well, had you kited the Darius, or had you not been playing frontline there, then you would have survived this. But the sum of this is you die. Oh goodness. But it's very easily fixable. It's so easy. It's you just need to be aware of your role as an AD carry, and you need to move. Need to learn how to attack move, and you will see so immediate results. Learning to attack move alone will probably get you out of silver. I'm not even over exaggerating, because your farm will get better. You will take less damage. You will deal more damage. You will carry harder. If you can attack move like a monster, and you do this consistently every game, you will be gold in no time, even though you are low silver right now. Learn to attack move. Are they diving this? What are blue team doing? Okay, someone answers the Quinn, which is okay. Brawler's Glove. You need a mortar reminder, bro. Oh well. Oh well. Itemization. Yeah, itemization is another thing, which is very important. For example, buying Executioner's Calling against Darius's. Says Darius. Is there a plural of Darius? Probably not. Still, you need to adapt build-wise, depending on the enemy team. That was okay, actually. Would you be attack moving properly, this Darius would be dead already. Because you close the gap, and it works the other way around too. You can also use attack move to not kite away, but to kite towards them while attacking and chasing them. So you don't always stop in auto-attack range, but after auto-attacking you cancel the animation by just left-clicking on the map and starting to walk. And then you walk towards them while your auto-attack is still on cooldown. And then you can auto-attack again when you're a little bit closer to them. And with Misfortune's great movement speed, you can close gaps very easily and chase people down. That's just Zoe being a bullshit champion. Not really your fault. Well, of course, if you're a challenger player, you anticipate that the Zoe is lurking there, but hey. Let's keep it realistic here. I get killed by that all the time, and I'm diamond. Zoe is just so unfun to play against. It's just so terrible. I hate it. I very much hate it. I would guess you buy a rapid fire cannon there, but you shouldn't. You really shouldn't. You don't need that much attack speed with your Berserker's Greaves and your runes, and you should just be maxing out on armor penetration and damage. Mortar Reminder would be the correct item. Because, well, obviously you should, on paper, have an Executioner's Calling sitting there. So you just upgrade it to the Mortar Reminder. But hey. I don't judge. What had happened there? Well, I do judge, but... all in good fun. Let's have a look. You go split in. And you get Trouble Bubbles. But wait, where did the bubble even come from? I need to see that again. The bubble is lying on the ground. And you... oh goodness. Oh goodness. Okay, this obviously shouldn't happen. You just... You see this bubble on the ground. Well, you obviously didn't see, but you should see, and you just run into it. This is a heartbreaker. Very much tilting. Damn, dude. Damn. Okay. Gangplank brawling it out. Questionable Q though. This is a pointless chase, yeah. Gangplank will carry this, however. He's really strong right now. And still, you didn't secure vision around Baron, which makes me nervous a little bit, if I'm completely honest. But hey, the enemy are probably not doing it right now with 2 dead team members, but still, you always... Well, they could always, in theory, be sneaking a Baron, and this even control warded. So you have, yeah, you need to secure this area ASAP. You just don't want to play under the consistent pressure of the mere possibility that they are doing this Baron. The most viable play would be to group as 5 just to take out this control ward. It's so important. Control of the Baron area. Alright. So far so good. Yeah. That was nice. I think it's fine to use your ult on one person, especially if it's a carry like the mid laner, and even more especially if you have 40% cooldown reduction, which you do. The ult is back up in no time. Definitely worth it. Definitely a good play. There comes the Darius. Just kill him. You're 3 versus 1. And he has no chance with Executioner's Calling. Close. Closer than necessary. Did you see how much he healed? Did you see? He's down to half. And then he heals like a quarter of his health. And you can think of healing reduction by they take 40, or it's 40%, right? The Executioner's Calling Grievous Wounds. If it's, yeah, I think it's 40%. So it's basically reading the enemy under Grievous Wounds will take 40% of their healing as true damage. That's the equivalent. It's so much damage you basically deal to them by denying their healing effects. It's very much damage. You have to keep that in mind, because it's health they do not get, which is well, in the grand scheme of things, the same as health you take away from them. It's damage. That's just it. It's damage, yeah. Think of it as damage, because it's very much true. Burner Rake on the map. Getting startled by the Lux. Well, Xin Zhao has recalled in time. Still need to play around this. And around Baron, obviously, but now you have vision of it, which I do like. Ideally, you should be control warding the pit, so it's there's a very low risk of it getting stolen, because the enemy don't know when exactly it's low enough for them to go in. Okay. Nice smite, Thresh. Nice smite. I'm obviously being ironic. Walk to your team. Walk to your team. Walk to your team. Walk to your team. Forget the minions. Walk to your team. Walk to your team. No. No minions. Walk to the team. Nice. Yeah, that was not that impactful. The ults probably didn't change anything. Yeah, just farming minions there is a mistake. You need to react immediately. You saw a fight breaking out. Finished rapid fire cannon, okay. Last item, Infinity Edge, I would guess then. Which I don't like too, because the true damage conversion on Infinity Edge is kind of... well, it gets diminishing returns off of lethality and armor penetration and armor shred, because the true damage conversion is more valuable the more effective armor the enemy have, and if you shred and negate it, the effective armor is reduced, and therefore the effectiveness of your true damage passive is also reduced. So you should pick a side. Go either lethality or crit. Not both at the same time. I wouldn't suggest it. So many better options. The only crit item you should get in a lethality build is a last item Storm Razor, because you are not dependent on Infinity Edge for it, and it's flat out a 60% damage increase on your first auto attack every time you auto someone. And obviously percent damage increases are super strong with lethality. So yes, crit does make sense somehow, but the itemization is just so awkward with Infinity Edge. That was a nice ulti. I like it. Okay, direct initiation, fight or flight response is created. You decide to fight, which is correct. And you do so much damage with your ult. So much damage. Could have been even more damage with a Mortar Reminder instead of a... You probably would have just killed them all outright had you bought a Mortar Reminder instead of Rapid Fire Cannon. They would just drop dead. What's the Darius doing? I don't know. I don't know what to say about this. Okay, this should be a free Baron though. You have a mountain, 2 Infernals. 3 of them are dead. Including the jungler. This is 100% safe. Oh, and you don't even go for Infinity Edge, I see. Then I don't understand Rapid Fire Cannon at all in this build. Doesn't make any sense, to be honest. Yeah, you should never go for a Zeal item on MF when you're not planning to buy Infinity Edge right after. Because Zeal items in and of themselves are kinda bad on Misfortune. It's too much attack speed. Is he dead? Is he dead? Yes, he's dead. I don't know why they are fighting. There is nothing to gain there. There's no objective, nothing to fight for. Super unnecessary. This fight is warranted. Because we're fighting for the inhibitor turret, which should have fallen ages ago with Rift Herald, but hey. At least you got the tier 1, right? You actually don't need to fight at all. You can just siege with Baron minions. Gangplank gives away an 800 goal shutdown. Wow. That dude was fed. But this is just skirmishing for no reason. You are scattered. I don't know why. You are creating... yeah. You're basically asking to get picked. This guy's isolated, and you two are not really close to each other either. Let's ignore that. Yeah, you could have easily fought them had you stayed together. Gangplank died for no reason, but it was his fault. He should have positioned better. I don't know why you Ghostblade it there. Ghostblade does not give attack speed on its active since... I think it was it was more than a year ago they changed that. Okay, not dodging the laser, getting picked by the Quinn, being on your own. You should never be split pushing on your own as an AD carry. It's not your job, and you don't do it well if you try to. It's so easy to assassinate you. If you're not absurdly fed, you cannot 1v1 assassins. Yeah, but you should have this game in the bag. Considering everything. Got an inhibitor, and you have so many stats from those 2 Infernal Drakes. I think you're working towards a Death's Dance, which I think I remember from your history, which overcaps you in CDR, but it's still fine, I would guess. But again, this Rapid Fire Cannon should have been a mortar reminder, and then Death's Dance would have even been better. Well, not per se, but Rapid Fire Cannon is just so much worse without an Infinity Edge on Misfortune. Yeah, if you want to combine lethality and crit on Misfortune, there's only really one way of doing this, and this is going Ghostblade and Duskblade, or even just one of those two, and then immediately into Rapid Fire Cannon plus Infinity Edge, because the idea then is you don't have any percentage armor penetration, and your Infinity Edge passive is basically the equivalent, because it works very similar to percentage armor penetration, getting more effective the more armor the enemy have, and so you got the lethality for the low armor targets and the Infinity Edge passive for the tanks. We need to look at this fight again. The timing is really bad. Well, you started in Elder, but the team wanted to start anyway. The timing of this Elder Drake is really bad. You can just wait until the super minions just crash into their base and they need to defend, so you can outnumber them at Elder. Additionally, if you do it, you definitely need a control ward there. Yeah, it's warded. For sure. You always need a control ward in the pit. Darius goes on to you, and I don't know how the Xinjiao got there. Okay, now he returns, so let's ignore that. And you are in melee range of the Darius once again, and you are not equipped to duel or to fight him at all with no healing reduction. And still you are in melee range. Well, he dies, which is fine. However, you are open to the Quinn. Yikes. Yeah, but the teamfight, all in all, was favorable for you, because you remained grouped and they were split. They had 2 here, 1 there, 2 there, so they never win this. The group team always wins against the scattered team in a fight. Yeah. So this was, your ult was okay. You left yourself open to the Quinn attack, but you did enough damage to the point where you've basically done your job in the team fight. Yeah, there's no point in going mid. You are never going to crack open those two. The way easier and safer play is to just crack open a side lane, so you get double supers. And then eventually triple supers times 2. Because when all 3 inhibitors are down, there are 2 supers in every lane. That's the easiest thing to win a game. Just push in 1 inhibitor after another. No reason to just try to brute force through this double turret there. No reason. Alright, you need to, if you're split like this, you need to play this carefully. Neither of you wants to get caught out, because now you are outnumbered by the enemy. Yeah, that's what happens. Because if you're split, you always have to keep in mind that the enemy could group at any time and just pick you off. What are you doing? Use your auto attacks for that, please. Okay. It's still, it looks, okay, this looks bad. The Quinn is just going to get you, isn't she? Yikes. Yeah. That's what happens when you try to split push. You need to pick a side. 2 there, 3 there doesn't work. The way to split push properly is a champion with teleport is on one side and is very careful not to get picked. And you 4 are very careful not to get engaged on. But 2 and 3, nah. Please don't. Absolutely pointless. When you're in a situation like this, you just don't go out on your own and feed again. You wait for your teammates to respawn, you protect the objectives that you actually can protect, which are these 2 turrets, and this turret maybe, and this turret, depending on how many enemies are there. And you wait for your teammates, and then you do stuff. Because now, he's dead for another half a minute, and during this time a fight might break out, which you then lose, because you are outnumbered. And then he respawns, is on his own again, and the cycle repeats. Very much pointless. Just wait until you're all there. Okay, as 4, you probably can deter them from Baron. If they are at Baron. Which they aren't. Eat! 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 Oh, okay. That was okay-ish. You see the Zoe. You know she's there. No doubt. And then she goes aggressive on you 3. You could immediately, instead of ulting this, you could just insta-kill the Zoe with Q and auto attack. The ult is cool too, but at the same time Xin Zhao is so tanky, especially with his ulti, that he can, and with his item build, that he can take care of himself for a little while you just safely kill off the Zoe. But still, it worked out. This should be game. Yeah, it should be. It would have been safer to go on the Zoe immediately, but it worked out in the end because you got a good ult off on the Sejuani plus the Darius, I think it was. Yeah, the Darius. Key takeaway: learn to attack move. You will see immediate results. I'm not joking. Immediate. It's such an important skill, especially for an AD carry. Learn to attack move. All right, but I hope you found this video helpful, and to any of you viewers, I was addressing you personally a lot in this video, but obviously all this advice goes out to all of the viewers, since, well, this is in silver, the biggest elo bracket that there is, and therefore I would guess that most of you guys can learn something from this. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video and you have a nice day, and to see you next time.